Hi, I'm Jeremy from Tech Central at the Osceola Library System. In these videos, I'm going to go over the basics of photo manipulation and compositing. This is Tech Tips from Tech Central. This is the forest scene from that last video. I think we did a good job removing that hiker. But now, let's add a different person back into the forest. How about this surfer dude? What's he doing in the forest? I don't know. Who cares? Let's do it. Use your preferred method of selecting him. I'll try the object selection tool. You can go around and clean him up by using different selection modes. Once you have your selection, let's refine it and try to get him as clean as possible. Click on Select and Mask. Anything in red is deselected. Anything not in red is your selection. There are several options here, but you don't need to tweak everything. In fact, it's probably enough just to turn on Smart Radius and adjust it a couple of pixels. But I'll show you some of the other things you can do with this menu. If you draw along some of the soft edges of things like hair, it tells the selection that some of this should be see-through, but not all of it. The Smooth slider will smooth it out and get rid of some jagged bits on the selection. We don't really need it because we turned on the Smart Radius feature. The Feather slider will blur the selection. The Contrast slider will sharpen the blurry parts of the selection. You can see gaps where the feather has caused the contrast to smooth out too much. The Shift Edge slider grows and shrinks the selection. I'll reset all of this and just leave the smooth at about 1/3. I like to have this output to a new layer with a mask and put Decontaminate Colors on. Decontaminate Colors will make the edge colors the same as the colors next to them so that you won't get any background bleeding through. Now click OK. Now we have a nice clean cutout of Jeffrey here. I know his name probably isn't Jeffrey, but let's go with it. Use Ctrl or Command T to bring up the transform controls, or you could select here to always show the transform controls when the Move tool is selected. You can scale proportionally by holding the Shift key. It might squash or stretch otherwise. Let's size him to how we want him, about like this. The color still looks a little off though, doesn't it? Check if the shadows make sense. You may need to flip your image to match the direction of the shadows. You can do that by selecting the layer you want to flip and going to the Edit menu, and under Transform, selecting Flip Horizontal. Also, see how the forest scene is somewhat yellow and very green, while Jeffrey looks mostly neutral? We could use levels and color balance adjustments to change the colors, but Photoshop has a neat color matching feature that does most of the work for you. Select Jeffrey's layer, then go to the Edit menu and select Match Colors. There is a source drop-down selection here that will allow you to choose an image that you want to sample the colors from. It's not perfect. See how extreme the color cast is? You'll need to tweak some settings to get the right look, but it looks a lot more natural than before once you get it right. You could continue to edit by blurring the background, sharpening, or by adding noise to make it appear as if it wasn't a composited shot. Thank you for watching. Be sure to subscribe so you can see more helpful tech tips from Tech Central.